Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Strategy Guide Reviews Book of the Month Club. My name is Ross Polly, and I am partaking in my final Curious Traveler Lemon Shandy. Oh man, this is the last one of the six-pack.
It only took you 7 episodes for you to finally polish
Seven
that
episodes to
six-pack
finish the
off.
six-pack.
Yep.
That's pretty
7
bad.
episodes to finish off a goddamn six-pack of beer. Come on.
With us this month is Christopher Nitz. Chris, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a lovely rum and coke, yet you will notice it is pretty well gone.
Are you sailing with the Kraken or with the captain?
I sailed with the captain earlier. I am now dive bombing into the depths of the ocean with the Kraken.
Okay, let's get all the rum in. Do you have any like coconuts in there? Going to Malibu?
Fuck no! Fuck no!
And also with us is Blake Remmen. Hey Blake, what are you
Hey.
drinking?
I am drinking a Sam Adams Rebel Rouser Double IPA.
Sweet. Celebrating the game with a beer. It's good.
Yep. Celebrating the game, because my Tigers, they're playing lots of games this time of year.
Yeah, how are they doing this November?
I hate you so much. They didn't even make it into September, you fucker.
Oh man, that's pretty
You're a
bad.
dickhead. You're a fucking dickhead.
I'm sure they're fine.
Oh, Blake,
No,
the
they're not.
classic Detroit fan that just holds on to hope.
All right.
You know the Red Wings are playing?
Yeah, hey,
A successful team that does well in
Hey, you know-
Detroit.
fuck you, man. Hey, you know what? The only reason why I'm wearing all this stuff is because I am full on dad mode superpower engaged.
You had to get something that you weren't worried about getting thrown up on.
Yeah, pretty. Oh.
Something you're gonna probably toss out.
Or
anyway.
shit on, or pissed on.
Is that like your painting
No,
clothes?
no, that's the Detroit Pistons. They play basketball. They're
Ah.
really bad too.
Well,
Yep.
this podcast is not about bad Detroit teams. This podcast is instead about video games.
You guys
And
didn't even
in
bring up the
particular-
fucking Lions. I'm just saying. Bad Detroit teams.
Ross, carry on.
Are they still a team? Like,
Oh!
I haven't seen
God,
the
cool.
Lions win a game since '82.
No, that's not true. They made the friggin' playoffs last year.
How many playoff games did they win?
I hate you so much.
Wow, long dramatic pause. Ross!
Yep.
Ross.
This month's podcast, celebrating October, good old Halloween. Now that it's
November.
I
It's my
picked
fault.
the game.
It's okay.
Until Dawn, the Sony exclusive that came out of nowhere. Everybody loved it. Critically acclaimed. Did better than they thought. They greenlit some VR DLC because of it.
Yeah, that's pretty
Huge game. Very popular. All these people love it. So I picked this game because it launched really quietly. They didn't have very much ad support, but I was here just a bunch of positive buzz. And my sister, who's a big horror fan, came out and visited me for a week with the rest of my family. So at night we would just get together and go, and I bought Until Dawn, and we played at night and hung out and watched played it together. And she said, "Hey, yeah, pick this. I can't believe you messed up that." And we just played it together, and it was a grand old time, and I had so much fun. I thought I would let you guys have some fun. So, how far did you guys get? Hey, Chris, how'd you do?
I completed the game. I
Nice.
completed it in 2 nights. It took me about 10-ish hours.
How many people survived?
You can't see it because we decided to take away the banner, but I killed them all, and I didn't.
You killed everybody.
I managed to kill every fucking kid.
That is
all 80
impressive.
and it was awesome.
Wow.
It
You
made
have to
my
be
day.
actively nefarious to kill some of them.
So were
No,
you
really?
intentionally trying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
as soon as I figured out that you could just stop doing quick time events, you could just basically kill people off without even trying. I was just like, okay, trip
Yeah,
over
so-
the log, hit your head on the wall, and you're dead.
Yeah,
Great.
so the game plays kind of like a Heavy Rain style game, where most of it is quick time events or dialogue choices, and there's no fail state at all. So you can't lose. You just
You can't. Well,
Ah,
I mean, if there's somebody that you're really hoping to live, you can
yeah,
kind of lose
your
in that
choices.
aspect. But it's not like the game stops and you game over because you
No game
failed
over
a
screen.
QTE. It
Yeah.
just is like, well, that person's dead.
Well, fuck. Good luck, guys. Yeah, that's really what it turns into.
Yes, it's like that Heavy Rain style, like teenage horror comedy. It's pretty great. Blake, how far did you get?
Yeah, I didn't.
Wait. Blake texted me and he wants us to guess where it is that he said he noped
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Yeah, where do you think I quit?
It to me because I saw that you started playing and then like 3 hours later you had noped the fuck out. I'm guessing it's when the Saw scene happened.
I will go a little bit after that. I will go slightly after the bathtub scene.
Chris nailed it. It was the Saw scene. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Could not do it.
You couldn't choose which one. I was just like, fuck it, kill the dude.
Well, did you pick anybody or did you just quit immediately?
Nope. I just went nope. Not
So
doing this.
you have
Not
no
doing this.
idea that one of them was just like a scarecrow and it was totally like just a fake thing.
Was that serious?
Yeah. Like
No.
nobody dies there. You
No.
can't actually kill anybody at that point in the game.
Yeah, it's true.
It just goes.
I killed the dude, and the dude was like, ha ha ha, fuck you guys.
Well, like he like screams, but then later it was just like an elaborate like thing set up to make you think that you killed somebody, because one of the characters, Josh, who's the brother of the twins that die in the prologue,
Yeah.
he gets pissed off at everybody, so he plays a prank and like pretends that he's like some crazy murderer guy and does all these Saw-style things, but nobody dies.
Yeah. Well.
He's just scared his friends, and it works.
Like you pussified out.
Yeah, I did. See, here's the thing.
Right on out of there.
All right, I'm going to fully admit I am not good with scary movies, any form of scary media, really. Never really been much good with it. And I get real jumpy. And when I'm in this scene and they're like, "You must choose who lives and who dies," and it's so Saw, like it's the "You must choose who lives and who dies," over the speaker and everything, and I'm just like, "Fuck no, nope."
So
And
that
it
is
was done.
You see,
That's
I
like-
wanted to give Blake the benefit of the doubt that he got all the way up to the point where they put the gun on the table, and you either had to kill the chick that was like, "I love you, I've always loved you," and the dude that's like, "I love you too," and you either have to kill yourself or kill the chick that just confessed that she loved you, and I was like, kill the bitch.
Not choosing one is well, so that's how you got that guy to die. Not choosing something is an option there, so I just didn't shoot after them.
Oh, really? Yeah, because they do make a point about that early in the game, that they're like, sometimes not making a decision is the right decision.
Yep.
I made all the right decisions.
So
Because everybody died.
You know what really irritated me about that? Because you get those totems, right? So every once in a while you got the totem that would foretell who was going to die. So that the black kid, I don't mean to, let's
Matt.
not get into the whole race thing, but he was a black kid, and at the beginning of the game, I started this whole like hatred thing between him and his girlfriend, because I was like, she's cheating on you, dude. You totally got to just play this out. So I was trying to create that tension, and there's that part where they're up on the ledge and all the deer or elk or whatever are kind of like surrounding them, and I knew that was the part where he was supposed to die.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't kill the deer because I thought, well, if I just mosey through the deer, that will just like horn me and I'll die. Apparently, that was the correct move to make, because you can kind of waddle your way through and the deer won't kill you. I was very upset by that, and that was the point that I texted Carrie and said, I'm really mad because I made a wrong decision. I couldn't kill this kid. Well, I found out later you could just kill him by not doing a QTE, and he just dies. But he didn't die the way that the totem told me he was supposed to.
Okay, all right.
He
So
could die.
let's take a step back just for a moment and kind of go over the game's general mechanics, just so people who are listening have an idea of what it is. So first of all, this is it's like it's a real-time adventure game.
Ross already said what it was.
Right, but
I brain, and it's you have a lot of QTEs and you have some decisions to make. So it's, I mean, the most I could say is that it's like a cabin in the woods kind of movie made into a game where you have a bunch.
Every horror trope ever made.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Every time, like the Saw scene and the gun scene, where like the gun was on the table and you had to choose who was going to die and who's going to live. I kept waiting for the little fucking jigsaw puzzle dude to come wheeling out and be like, "I want to play a game." I was like, I just kept waiting for it. It just kept letting me down.
Yeah. Well, it reminded me of that commercial that I've seen recently where it's like teenagers, they're running from, like, you hear a saw in the background. What are we going to do?
Can we just get in the car?
Yeah, can we just go get in the running car? No.
Go hide behind the wall of chainsaws.
Yeah.
Okay, smart.
No, you idiot! We're gonna go hide behind the wall of chainsaws. And the guy, he's just sitting there, standing behind the wall of chainsaws, just looking at him, going, "Really?
Yep.
Really?" But no, that was like this game in a nutshell. It was like, all right, let's come up with every crazy Final Destination-y trope we could ever come up with.
And you didn't even see them.
No, I've actually seen Final Destination. I've seen the first.
No, I mean Until Dawn.
No,
You've not seen Until Dawn.
Nope.
So you never saw like how creepy the psychologist in the
that dude all right. So that was also another contributing factor because that fucker comes in and he's like, "What are you more scared of?"
Yeah, what are you afraid of?
Like, yeah, and I chose, like, of course, fucking clowns and gore. And I realized that I'd made a horrible mistake when the next scene it comes up and it's a jar with a fucking beating heart just sitting there on the table. And he's trying to have a conversation with this fucker. And I'm like, that's a beating heart just sitting there. Yep. And then with the next scene we come up and there's clowns. There are dead clowns hanging on the walls from meat hooks. I'm like, what the fuck?
Weird.
I love that because at first you thought he was analyzing you.
That's what I thought.
I love that. And then I loved is...
And then you find out they're trying to fuck with you.
Oh, the best part was so when I played through it, for the whole psychologist part, you're choosing out things, and I was like, I think it was like the first or second time that I realized that whatever it is that you did with a psychologist affected the game.
Oh, yeah.
So I started fucking with the psychologist, and I was like, I'm going to choose this. And then in the game, I realized that whatever I was doing was going against whatever I told the psychologist I was going to do. And there's a point at which you come back to the psychologist, and the psychologist was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm fucking with you, asshole."
I don't think you've been entirely truthful.
Yeah, that's exactly. He's like, "I don't think you've been entirely truthful." I was like, "No shit, Sherlock." But what I really liked is that the psychologist part is that you start out in like a really nice office, and then depending on how you play the game, his office just goes through this whole metamorphosis of weird, crazy shit. Like, I had one where there were bodies hanging in his office, and he was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, whatever."
Yes. Chris is like, "Come on, this is my world, man. What do you think is going to be on the walls?"
I was like, "He didn't put the lotion on the skin, so it got the hose again." So, hey.
Yeah, I had that, except they all had clown faces on them, and I'm just like, no. Can't do it. And then I had a jump scare where they had like the little pring thing where it would fling up, and there's a clown face on it. I'm just like, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I can't do this anymore. Then the very next scene is the Saw scene. I'm just like, fuck this game. I'm out. I am fucking out.
I will say I very much appreciated the fact that you went through that whole. So you had the prologue thing where you killed the two sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do the psychologist scene, and then whatever it is that you picked in basically that first interaction with the psychologist, it entered into the game as you played throughout. So, like, depending on how you rated that picture, it showed up in the game later on. What scares you the most? That
dogs
shit,
and fuck, do I regret that? Fucking dogs everywhere. I hate dogs.
You have a dog.
I hate it.
This game was so good. Oh man, I love this game.
All right. I will say this much: the fact that it got me scared enough to the fact that I noped out, I think that says something to how good it is. Because I'm just like, nope, not doing it.
My absolute favorite mechanic is, there's a lot of like button presses, and I don't know if you guys use the motion sensor. I suck at the motion sensor stuff.
I don't know.
They have a motion sensor mechanic where you have to hold the controller as still as possible.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
No, that part. Even if you choose the like traditional,
You still have to do that.
You still have to do that because I know because the first time I just set the controller down on my desk.
And you can't do it because it vibrates.
No. The first time you do it, you can just set it down on your desk and you're like, okay, this works. It's great.
Yeah.
From there on, your heartbeat starts vibrating the controller, and you can't set it on your desk anymore because your controller's vibrating, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
You're like, oh, I'm just going to set it down, and then just go, you're dead.
All of a sudden, it just crawled across your desk. What the hell?
And, Chris, you probably don't know this, but like at the very end, if you have people alive, you go through this long sequence where you have to hold it, and it's vibrating the whole time, and it's one of the most tense video game things.
No, because you still have to do it the way that I played it. You still had to do it, but I was just like, fuck it. I just shook the controller. I was just like, kill him. Just kill this shit. Kill this person.
You decided to play Yahtzee with your controller, and all of a sudden they're all just fucking dead.
Well, I mean, because you find out. So, I mean, because let's face it, this is a spoiler cast. That's how all these have been. Mm-hmm. So you find out, like, one of the sisters is chasing you down. So there's a part where the sister is, like, crawling through.
Hold on. Is this one of the dead sisters, or?
Yeah, she became a cannibal and turned into a Wendigo.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay then.
So there's a part where, like, one of the you finally realize who the evil thing is, and so the sister is chasing you down through an area, and I forget what the area was, but I was a chick, and you scoot around a corner, and it's like hold the controller still, and the sister is sitting there. I was like, nope, just shook the shit out of the controller, and the sister grabs you and like rips the girl's head off, and you just see the body fall, and then the head comes rolling off to the side. It's like
the deaths are so incredibly gory, and if you're trying to keep them alive and you fuck up and you see them die, it's like this character that you were trying to keep alive is killed in just the most brutal and horrific fashion, and then like. They'll show up later, like the bodies of your friends end up like appearing later in the like you walk past them and it's just like, oh fuck. Sorry about that.
It's like a monument to your failures.
Yeah.
Out of all the brutal scenes that I saw, I think the most gruesome one that I saw was the sister grabs a hold, and I forget what kid it was, but she basically has the head in her hands, and those giant frickin' fingernails that she has.
Yeah, just like
she just shoves them right through the eye sockets and kills the kid. I was like, that's gotta hurt.
Oh man.
All right, see, you're saying this now, and I'm glad I moved out.
But it's so good.
It's so. Oh man.
All right, well, I knew that I was in for trouble when in the very first scene you see somebody's spine just. Like snap like the spine of a book. It was just like, oh dear lord. It's like your spine is supposed to bend that direction.
Okay.
What the fuck?
So at the very beginning of the game, you have to make that decision. Do you drop the sister or do you just both fall? What did you guys choose?
I just fell.
That's what I did too.
I'm curious. Is there any scenario where one of them survives?
No, they both have to die because it's basically the
one
story.
of them's like the main bad guy. So.
Yeah.
Well, right. I gathered that. But is it the same one depending upon what?
That choice doesn't matter. If you let go and try to reach up, you still slip and fall.
Well, that's what I was guessing was going to happen.
I figured that if you let the sister go, you would climb up, and then the dude would cut you in half once he pulled you up. That's kind of what I was figuring, but
until later you find out that he's actually a good guy. He's probably one of the best characters in the game.
Yeah.
And then he immediately dies.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have also heard, when I was talking to Carrie last week, that it is possible to save every person in the game.
Yep, I did it.
Did you really? Because
on my second playthrough.
Yeah, my second playthrough, because when I was talking to Carrie on this on the coffee break, I was like, I really want to. So I've already done the part where I've killed everybody, which was pretty easy, and now there's a part of me that really wants to come back to the game, play through it again, and try to save everybody just to see how much that changes things. Because when I played through it, I chose every decision I could to create as much tension amongst everybody.
Yeah.
Because you have like.
Well, you were even
And
trying
they
to
all have,
fuck
like,
over the
their own-
psychiatrist.
They have their own like relationship meters
Yeah.
with each
Oh, yeah.
other. And
Yeah,
how
and
all
I
the
was creating
characters
as much tension on that aspect. Like,
It was like an episode of 90210. It really was.
is she cheating? I was like, oh yeah, she's fucking cheating on you, dude. Just you gotta fucking kill her. 'Cause that's just how this is gonna work.
So is that how your Chris died? Is like he got locked out of the cabin?
No, mine. I got everybody. So I killed. My Chris. That's the jock, right?
He's the guy with glasses.
Yeah, he's the dude who was hiding in the basement trying to scare him early on in the game.
Yeah.
No, I gave him up to the sister.
Oh, okay. So you can sow these. Apparently, you didn't sow enough seeds of distrust. But yeah, like you can have it so that the girl that he likes,
Yeah.
or like that's in the Saw moment with him. Yeah, he's the guy who chooses who gets cut. You can have it so that she doesn't open up the cabin door when he's running back, and he gets killed that way. Like he's trying to get into the cabin, and she's there to unlock it. But if their relationship isn't set up right, she'll just like back off, and then he gets killed.
Oh God.
It's
Really?
horrifying. Yeah.
This game is fantastic because so when I was playing it, I was just about done, and I went online and I was like, I'm gonna YouTube all the deaths to see, how you can do it, and everybody basically had the same death sequences.
It was just different people?
No, it was pretty much like
There's a whole bunch of ways they can die at the end.
yeah, there's a lot of because I thought that I had already started making mistakes and I was gonna have people survive to the very end. And what I found out is that even if you go online and you're like, this is how the people are supposed to die, they can live, but then they can die later on towards the end of the game. So,
Wow.
my favorite part was like, I thought I had one person live, and I was kind of almost upset with myself, but then he lit a lighter and the whole house blew up, and I was like,
yeah. It's like, was it like that Final Destination moment where he's like, I told you I would live forever, and then the sign swings down and just knocks the fucker out?
No, he's trying to kill the Wendigo.
yeah, because you find out like there's the whole entire cabin is full of Wendigo by the time you get to that final moment, and then he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill myself and the house, and then the house or the cabin.
So who is
up,
it? Is that the brother?
It's the jock, the popular guy. It was the guy that
Mike blows himself up. Yeah.
And as the house or as the cabin is blowing up, the helicopters that are coming in to save the day, they're kind of coming in the background, and you're like, yes, I did it.
my first playthrough, the only person I had die early-ish was when you have the option to go investigate the noise calling out at you, and that turns out to be a trap, and then the person gets murdered. And then other than
that's when they first get to that second cabin.
It's so far past you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Like it's like.
Well, no, because the one girl gets yanked
out
out immediately.
Right? Yeah. They're looking for her, and they hear her voice.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And if you go investigate, it turns out to be one of the creatures just imitating humans to draw her off the path away from the group. Of course, like a horror movie, don't split up. And as soon as I have an opportunity, I'm like, let's split up. And so you die because of it. But like at the end, when you're in the lodge, and like a spark will cause the entire thing to blow up. You start off as Sam, and you let her die, but you can have her go, no, I'm gonna leave the cabin and run out, and she like flips the switch on the way out and blows up the whole cabin with everybody who didn't escape. Like your whole party who's left alive is in the cabin and just blows up.
That's awesome.
It goes through and it shows them each like getting incinerated and their flesh burning off, and it's just each one of them, and I was just like, oh fuck, I hit the wrong button. Maybe I should have done that.
That's why you just sit there and you go, motherfuck.
So yeah, I then went back and it's like Heavy Rain. You can go back and replay chapters. Like, so I went back 2 chapters and just replayed from there, and I could save everybody. But it's a fun game. It's a really fun game.
Nope.
It is a very fun game. And
so which sister did it end up being, by the way?
I think it's.
It wasn't the one that was.
It was very memorable.
Hannah, right?
Hannah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, one of them died from the fall, or shortly after the fall.
It's probably the one who they showed with her spine just snapping like the spine of a book.
Nah, she's fine.
Oh, she walked it off? All right, sweet. Good to know.
Yeah, so Beth is the one you were playing in the prologue, and she dies. And then Hannah eats her, and because of an ancient Indian burial ground curse,
of course,
that is specifically targets cannibalism.
Wow.
Because of that, she gets turned into a Wendigo along with all the miners who were trapped under the insane asylum.
So how do they tell that through the story?
There's a lot of like clues that you find.
Okay.
And the clues are like about like the family, about the miners, like what happened in 1952, about the insane asylum.
I knew the stuff about the asylum and the groundskeeper who swore to kill them all and all that shit. But that was about as far as I got into it before I noped out.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of clues and stuff along the way that you find to help uncover the mystery.
Okay. All right. Cool. Man, you know, part of me regrets not finishing it, but another part of me goes, thank God. Thank God.
It's so good, and most of the mistakes won't kill anybody, but they will have like a lasting superficial impact. So, like if you fail a quick time event, your guy might get a scrape, and then they're cut like that for the rest of the game.
Oh, it also affects how the other characters will interact with them early on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because like a couple of my characters would call each other out because they didn't do something.
Yeah. Why didn't you? Yeah. And then, yeah, it's amazing the web of decision making that's involved in, like, it's way more sophisticated than Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls was. Mm-hmm. Like, it actually, this is how those decision-based games should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I really liked it.
Yeah, I did too.
Well, how many potential endings are there?
Oh, well, it's the same ending, it's just who lives.
Okay. All right.
Sort of. Well, I guess the big, the brothers is, his thing is, changes a little bit, whether he dies or whether he turns into a Wendigo.
Oh, he turns into a Wendigo too?
Yeah, it's like, you know, after a horror movie, like they have that one thing, like, oh, it's not over yet. That was it. Like, you just leave him the fuck, because he is apparently just insane. Like he starts laughing about the like trying to scare all of his friends and like all the crazy shit he did, and then. Like, so everyone doesn't trust him, and they like try to lock him up, and he just completely loses his mind and like starts hallucinating. Like you play as him, and there's hallucinations going on, and he's freaking out, and so he ends up just getting left because they're like, "Fuck that guy," and then
wow,
depending on whether or not you gave him certain information, he'll either die or he just gets trapped under there and starts eating people. To live.
Wow. Wow. That's
yeah, I totally
something.
Need to play this again.
Yeah, it's so good.
If I didn't feel like I need to send it back to you, I'd totally.
No, feel free. Finish it.
Get
all you want out of it. It's such a great game.
Oh, it is, and you know, besides all the death and all that other stuff, I gotta say, the motion capture on all the characters is
The
friggin'
facial
rock
animation
solid.
is really good too.
Yeah, and the audio of the game was just absolutely fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
there was not a point that I was just like, okay, this is generic. But like, you'd go outside, you'd hear the wind howling, you'd see the snow flying, you'd hear all this weird shit going on every time you were outside in the woods. It was just like, oh, this is so good.
Very atmospheric.
Yeah, I will say I still think it was cliche, but it was cliche in the right ways. Like they hit all of those touchstones that are good elements in the horror story that build on the tension, the seeing or the hearing but not seeing, that sort of thing, where it just kind of gives you those goosebumps where it just lets your mind eye tell the story.
Yeah.
And it's the most fucked up story you could ever possibly get.
I just halfway through, I was just like, "This is every freaking generic horror movie."
It's so funny.
It's so bad.
It's like a B movie.
I kept waiting for Jigsaw to come in. There's the part where the guy is sitting there with the machete. It's like, that's Jason. Come on, and it had a very cabin in the woods feel because that was
the random ghost, the boar head or whatever, like just the dead animals.
Oh yeah, just like laying out there, just like what the fuck, man.
The creepy animals.
It's just like, it's every generic horror movie I've ever watched wrapped into a game, but it's so good because they did such a great job of picking like, this is the part of this genre of terrible horror movie, and we're going to put it in here, and we're going to make it work. And it just, the whole game just worked so well.
So, but then that raises a bigger question, though. Where do they go from here?
I think they didn't expect to go anywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's an unexpected success, so they're sitting there going, well, shit. No!
I completely wrote about this last week on for my Corner Randomness, and it was like, even streamers, I didn't really see a lot of people streaming the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I came into this game with really low expectations, and the game just completely blew me away. I was like, I don't remember seeing a whole lot of hype on social media. I didn't see a whole lot of stuff coming across being like, hey, here's a game. And this game is just, it was fantastic.
No, it was good. It pleasantly surprised me as well. Like I went in with pretty low expectations, and just the fact that it spooked the shit out of me as much as it did, I was just like, I was not expecting. Honestly, I was expecting it to be something where it's like, all right, I know what's gonna happen. You're gonna walk around the corner and squack, down they go, that sort of shit. But it wasn't like that didn't happen. But it was also, there were moments where they kind of played it off as if, hey, something is going to happen. They would zig when you were expecting them to zag and that sort of thing.
Yeah, there were a lot of twists, and they had to keep doing that to make the game last long enough. Because you had to get through all the 12 hours. So yeah, the main antagonist at the beginning is different throughout the whole. Like, you don't even see the actual monster of the game until like halfway through it. Like, even hints of what the monster is. It's just them fucking with each other and horrible things happening.
And that's a beautiful thing, especially with horror games, is, like I kind of alluded to earlier, it's that whole your mind's eye is far scarier than what you're going to see on screen most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like letting your imagination build on that tension and doing it well through atmospheric effects. That's where the game really seemed to thrive. It really did that really well.
Yep.
No, I would highly recommend it to people who can stomach that shit, but unfortunately I am not one of those people.
I was hoping you could, because I'm not big into horror stuff myself.
I'm the world's biggest puss.
Outlast, I'm just like, nope, I'm done. Can't do it.
I remember that.
The fact that there's no fail state, no matter what happens, you can just keep going. You don't have to replay the same thing over and over, where you're expecting things to this thing scared you before you died, and now you have to replay it, and you know it's coming.
Yeah.
That's just the worst. But the fact that there's no fail state, I thought really helped it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it brought a lot of tension off of the QTEs.
Yeah, because you didn't know which one would kill you.
Yeah, because even though towards the end, if you fail the QTEs, you end up just basically killing people. It was like, okay, well, the thing that I really enjoyed about it was you could at least fail 1 or 2 QTEs at the beginning. Towards the end, you could fail 1 and still keep going. But it kind of took that pressure off. Like, oh, I have to do this real quickly, but if I fail, it's not going to end the game right here.
Right.
Until it's like go down left or go down right, and then those might kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, until
you jump off and land on a hook and hang yourself.
Even towards the end, it took 3 failed QTEs to kill somebody because it was like you have to run, slide under a log or something like that, and I hit her head and then I tripped.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get to a door or something like that in time, and then that chick died, and I was like, oh, okay, so it takes it takes a couple QTE fails before you actually fail, but the game still keeps going because it constantly switches to other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
man. So I am curious, like Chris, you kind of alluded to it earlier, how you were fucking with the shrink. Ross, did you ever consider any of that?
It's after the beginning, it sort of turns a little bit. And the shrink isn't talking to you anymore.
Yeah, you find out who he's talking to, the bad guy
the brother.
Yeah, the guy with the mask.
So that's who he's actually talking to.
Yeah, it eventually pans out, and you see that it's him sitting there.
Oh, okay.
And and it starts more psychoanalyzing his character, who's losing his mind, as opposed to analyzing you.
Okay.
But like all of the things that you choose that scare you are all things that appear in the game.
I know.
So
if I had known that, I would have not made the decisions that I made. And honestly, I probably would have maybe stayed in it a little longer.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, you just can't handle clowns.
Yeah.
I really can't. I really fucking can't.
I think
seriously, I saw one at Halloween. I nearly punched him in the face.
What was it? It was clowns and spiders, wasn't it?
And it was a kid.
Scarecrows and...
Oh, scarecrows. Yeah, because that's what I chose.
Yeah, I chose scarecrows. And then, and dogs and, all sorts of stuff. What scares you more, this or this?
Yeah, I was like, neither of these really scare me, so...
When it was like the spider or the tarantula, I'm like, I don't give a shit. And then they're like,
rats.
Would you rather look at gore or a spider? I was like, gore. Nope. Get the gore out of here. And then all of a sudden, guess what's there? The fucking art. And the next scene, I was like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was such a good game. Such a good game.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's like one of those games that'd be good to play every couple years or something. Just to have fun.
Or, you know what? I feel like it would be a game that it would be fun to play it after you've forgotten about everything in it. But at the same time, I feel like after a couple of years, it'd be fun to watch somebody else play it.
Yeah.
And see what decisions that they make and how it changes the game.
You know, the other good thing about it is that it wasn't a terribly long game. I mean, overall, you could make it 20 hours if you try to save everybody and then try. Because my first playthrough took about 10 hours. It was 2 sittings.
Mine took 4.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
It's a gift. What can I say?
I think it took me about 10 hours because I think I played it 5 hours in per night, and it only took me 2 nights to complete the game. So.
Were you playing it at night, by the way?
Oh yeah, I had
with the lights out.
I had my lights out. I had my headphones on with the sound turned up. That's why I really compliment the sound design because
wearing an adult diaper just in case.
No, I'm a man, so I could handle it.
Fuck you, man.
But yeah, and also thanks to us coming off daylight saving, it's dark by 3, so
yeah.
Okay, not quite, but yeah.
But I did play it with the lights off. I played it with the headphones on, with the sound turned up, and I enjoyed every second of it. It did make me want to go through my Netflix library to see if I could actually watch a couple of the movies that clearly inspired it. So
yeah.
Did you actually do that?
Yes. Most of the Saw movies are still there. Cabin in the Woods is not there. That
must have just came off because that was on there within the last 6 months.
Yeah,
because I actually watched the majority of that one.
Yeah, me too.
And then Friday the 13th isn't like the good old 1980s terrible, the girl always wins kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's also the other thing that I kept expecting this game to do because it kept pulling in all those horror movie tropes. So I totally expected one girl to be left at the very end to actually win the whole thing, and it was one dude at the end.
There's only like one place where you can kill Sam, and that's where you kill her. She's basically the person who would live.
Are you talking about that's Hayden?
The cheerleader, yeah.
Character?
Yeah, I kept yelling, "Save the cheerleader! Save the game!"
I was about to say the cheerleader. Yeah, was that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
You spent half the game running around in a towel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Nice. Mm-hmm. See, what I always thought was interesting is normally it's and it stayed true to it. It's those teenagers that get to the bone-in first are always the first ones to die. Always. Yeah. The one gal as they're getting ready to bump uglies, then get yanked out the window, and that's the fucking end for her.
Yeah.
Yep. It always happens.
Based on like your choices up until that point, she's in various states of undress.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
And like the more undressed she is, the more cut up and bloodied she is by the time you see her again. And she's gone for a long time.
Wait a minute, is it the chick that he's trying to save, or the blonde gal they were off at the cabin boning?
The one, Jessica, the one at the cabin.
Yeah.
She gets yanked out the window, and then you don't see her for a long time after.
And then you get her to the elevator, and then the elevator shaft drops out. And...
Yep.
Okay, I thought she was dead after that.
Right? Yeah, they try to make you think.
I assumed she was dead at that point. I was like, well, okay, guess she's gone. Nice to know you.
Yeah.
I didn't really like you as much as the other gal anyway. Good luck. Yeah, but no, it's just pretty fun stuff if you can get past the whole scaring yourself shitless thing and the gore.
Emily, you could just shoot, which you kind
of. She was a
bitch.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, I wanted to throw her off a cliff in the first scene. I can't find my luggage. Well, go find it yourself, you jackass.
Is that how she died for you, Chris? Did you shoot her?
What did I do? She was on the tower. She fell off the tower, and I forgot what I did with her after that.
She gets bit. Well, I don't know. Maybe she didn't live long enough. But she gets bit, and they're like, "Oh no, is she gonna turn into one of them?" And then you have an opportunity to shoot her.
Oh no, she didn't make it that far.
Oh man, you didn't even get to the cool death scenes. You killed them off too fast.
How many different ways can people die though?
A lot.
Apparently 2 or 3, because from what I saw when I was looking at all the death scenes, a lot of them didn't line up with what I had. So I'm gonna say there's at least 2 death scenes per person.
Yeah, there's a lot that have marquee death scenes, like special, like this is how they would have died if this was a movie. But then they can just fall off a tower or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey, you missed your quick time event. Up, fell down, cracked their knuckles, and then busted their head open.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, because the black guy, I was supposed to cut off one of the deer's heads.
Oh.
And for some reason, I didn't do it. I was like, I have an axe, I could kill it. I killed a squirrel at the beginning of the game, so...
You shot that poor squirrel?
Oh, fuck yeah, I killed that squirrel.
Oh, I didn't shoot it, you monster. What's the matter with you?
Oh, that's what the chick said, too. She's like, you're a dick. And I was like...
That's what I say to you every day of your life, though. You're a monster. What the fuck is the matter with you?
But so apparently, if you kill the deer,
it specifically says sometimes the no choice is the right choice.
To which then Chris smokes the squirrel right between.
Yeah, I was just like, nope, kill the
squirrel. Good Lord, Chris, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I also let what's her face in the towel. I let her just sit there and get stabbed in the neck with whatever was in the syringe, which was a knockout juice. That was pretty cool.
It sounds to me like you didn't get any of the good death scenes because you just let them fucking die by slipping and falling, cracking their head open.
Oh no! I got the best death scene, and that was when the sister just shoved her fingers into the eye sockets. I was like, oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
I had a headache. That took care of that.
So much that you died.
I bet. Yeah, that would do it. Just kind of. No, thank you.
Nope, brutal game.
Yeah. So Ross, good pick. Good pick.
Thank you.
I will say good pick as well, even though I couldn't finish it. It was a good pick.
I will say I was really surprised to get a text at like 1 o'clock in the morning with you noping the fuck out, and then
Dude, I couldn't do it. I could not. Nope.
I get on my computer, and the next day you're like, "What's your address so I can mail this shit to you?" Because I'm done.
I was not kidding. I was like, nope.
Yeah, no, you weren't, because I got it like a day later.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I want this game out of my life.
Like nobody even died.
Goodbye.
You weren't even to like a point where people could die yet.
No,
They could have. I thought I was gonna have to choose to be sawing people in half.
You didn't just pick one? I mean, obviously the brother, kill him, he's an asshole.
yeah, that's what I picked. I was just like, "Fuck it, kill
Yeah,
dude."
let the lady live. She didn't do anything wrong.
Although I did kill the one girl that was like, "I love you," and I was like, "Nope, you're dead."
What the fuck's the matter with you?
Well, it was blank, so I
You need
fucking
to-
failed either way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so the goblin. And then, yeah, she doesn't trust you, so she'll let you die there. Yeah, you should definitely replay it a couple times, Chris, and try to save them all, and fail.
Well, if you're cool with me keeping the game for a little bit longer, I
Yeah,
will.
no problem. I'm not going to be playing it, and
Ever again.
other stuff to do. So, we have our next month's pick, which is Chris. But before Chris submits a game,
Okay.
we're all just going to play Fallout.
Oh, Fallout.
I mean, we could all just play Fallout and talk about Fallout, and Chris can pick next month.
Fallout.
I would totally pick Fallout if I knew everybody was picking Fallout.
I mean, we're all
I'm playing Fallout.
We're all playing Fallout.
Right now. I have Fallout on pause in the other room.
So
Well,
is it okay then if we do Fallout for next week and then
Hold on. Next
Yeah.
week? No, I'm gonna need a month to play through this fucker. At the
might need a couple months.
yeah, we might need to make this 2 months from now.
And then we'll have Chris do his pick next month.
Okay, that works for me.
That sound good? Cool. That way we don't have any other games competing with Fallout because we're just gonna play Fallout. I mean,
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, that's not true. I'm playing Battlefront.
No. I'll make my pick Fallout. I didn't realize that everybody's gonna. Actually, I didn't realize everybody was picking it up.
Well, Chris, I didn't know I was picking it up until I started reading reviews, and then last night at around 2 in the afternoon, I was like, nah, fuck it.
yeah.
I was like, I need a reason to play my Xbox One, so I bought it digitally, so I have an excuse to actually fire up that console.
No. Our November pick will be Fallout 4 then, because we're all playing it and Carrie is out, so we don't have to
Right.
worry about that whole AAA thing. So let's just play Fallout 4, and then we can all get together and at Christmas and talk about it.
Cool. And then you can do December's pick. Since
No,
we're all
this will
gonna
be.
play Fallout.
No, Chris, you're not off the hook. You gotta do a normal pick in December. Come on, man.
Because the rules were that if there was a AAA game we would all be playing, we could pick that, and then it would not take up that month's pick
Yeah,
for you.
I'm with you.
So just push everybody else back again, so we don't have anybody like doing 2 before Carrie gets back.
So in December, we're just going to talk about Fallout then.
Yep, and then we'll have you do a pick in December.
Okay, that works for me.
Cool.
Sounds good.
So prepare
Predictions of the month.
for a Fallout 4 spoiler cast come December. Granted,
That's
we can all get past building our bases.
I was about to say, I think that one needs to be like the end of December.
Oh, it
We're
will
gonna need a lot of fucking time.
It will be because I am on the road a lot the next couple weeks. So
Here's one beautiful thing that I found out after having the second baby now, because my wife goes to bed early because she's feeding the baby and everything, so she's up all the time. She goes to bed at like 9 o'clock. I've got the baby from 9 until about 3 or 4. So, because right now I'm out on paternity leave, I've been playing from like 10 o'clock until like 2 or 3 a.m. It kind of fucking rocks. It's been so nice. I've been living the Chris Nitz lifestyle. This is amazing.
except for I don't have a kid burping and shitting all over me. So
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
cool.
true. But
I mean,
other than that, I feed her, put her back down to sleep.
I suppose.
So what?
Slightly different lifestyles then.
yeah, it's vastly different lifestyle. Either way, so in December we will reconvene and we will talk Fallout 4. So with that, now that we all know that we're going to talk Fallout 4 in December, Ross,
Yes.
What's your addiction of the month?
Oh, well, I mean, we just had Extra Life that I did and Carrie did and you'll do soon. So make sure to visit Chris's Extra Life page and donate today.
Chris, you going to give away those games that I sent over?
Besides the ones that I'm going to claim myself, yes, I will probably.
There is a metric fuck ton of them.
Yeah, you do have a lot of Steam codes.
Dude,
I was like, wait, he said that if we want some of these, we can keep them. I was like, I'll keep that.
Okay, don't take all of them, you fucker.
I'm not there's like 50 codes.
I sent 53
like 4
different codes for games that I've got extras of.
Yeah, so there's going to be like, I'll post that up.
I've got a bundle problem.
He sent me something about like a space farm game.
Yeah, I sent you. Yeah, I got an extra copy of that.
I was like, should I play this? And then I looked and it's like, this co-op adventure. And I was like, oh, God, everyone's asleep.
You know, I kind of checked out at Masturbation Simulator, but I was just like, okay, whatever, Blake.
What?
Whatever gets you going.
Why are you sending him Masturbation Simulator codes?
I don't know. He apparently has 2 of them, so.
I've got 17 copies of that.
It's more fun with a friend.
So Ross, besides
what to talk about? There's all the Extra Life games. New season of League of Legends coming up.
Christ.
Ranked play-ins today, brand new. So I think the game I'll talk about is Halo. I played through Halo.
Wait.
Whoa! Halo for the first time ever.
Wait.
You guys didn't tell me that the flood is a bunch of zombies.
Hold on.
Oh my God, how boring! I was so disappointed.
Stop, motherfucker, stop. What Halo game?
The original Halo game.
Oh, okay.
I'm working my way through, you see. So I got 1 through 5.
Xbox One.
I got 1 through 5 of my. I of course am the biggest Halo fan. I got that fancy Halo Xbox. Woo! Yeah, we have an Xbox.
This
I've been
motherfucker.
sitting on Halo 5 since a week before it came out. Have not downloaded it yet. I've been playing Halo 1.
I just threw something at my camera, you motherfucker.
Been playing Halo 1. Completed that. Did like the little, the weird warthog race at the end, and then I did that thing. Got out of the warthog, ran towards like the star pad, and my cat had sat on the Xbox One, and you hear this beep, and I'm like, no, and it powers off. I was like, fuck you! I threw the cat across the room, and I had one cat. So. Well, that was great, but like, how, like, that game is so tedious.
The depressing part is that nobody knew that you got an Xbox One.
Carrie all the time. Like, we had this long Halo discussion. She's my only friend.
Oh,
She's
fuck
the only one who follows me.
I follow you.
Not on Xbox One.
Well, I didn't know you had one!
Apparently now I have to go add Greedy Raven 1234 to my fucking friends list.
What is it? Is it Greedy Raven?
Yeah, it's just Greedy Raven.
Yeah.
All right,
that was my old
son of a bitch.
That was my old Xbox or Games for Windows Live. So it's tied to my Games for Windows Live email and not my like Hotmail.
Your Hotmail,
everything is tied to.
Yeah.
And when you get Windows 10, it auto assigns a gamer tag to that account. So they can't move your gamer tag onto that account because you already have a gamer tag associated. And the only way to move the gamer tag is using an Xbox 360. There's no way using a PC or an Xbox One, which is what I had. So after 3 hours on like customer support,
Ross, do you want to borrow my Xbox to do it?
I just fucking gave up and said I'll never buy anything from you guys again. And
Ross, you can use my Xbox if it would help.
It would not help. Too angry. Well, so I don't know how the Windows 10 and Xbox One integration will work if they're two different Windows accounts.
Hold on. With that, I think you can choose to use a separate set of credentials for the Xbox app.
Great. Obnoxious as hell, but man,
you'll still catch
them. People get mad at you for mad at Sony for not being able to change your username and stuff, but the Xbox One stuff is way worse.
Hey, come on now. On Xbox, you can at least change your username. You got to pay $10 to do it, but you can do it.
They auto-assign a username to your account so that you can't move your existing gamer tags to it. That sucks. And it's not as big of a deal with Sony because you can just have a new account.
Mm-hmm.
But you're
if your PlayStation Plus is tied to it or something like that, then it blows.
Well, initially, it's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. But since I had the Games for Windows Live, which still kicking my ass years after it died. Oh my God, so frustrating.
Fucking Games for Windows.
But yeah, I got it working, playing Halo. I should start Halo 2 pretty soon.
I'll play co-op.
Nope, I'm going to play through it all alone, even though it's probably way better with people.
Halo 2, you're going to hate.
I'm going to hate them all, and I'm going to go all the way through it.
What are you playing? What difficulty?
Just heroic.
I like how Blake is I'll play it with you, and Blake and I were supposed to be playing all the Halos together.
Yeah, well, motherfucker, you never showed up.
I showed up. You were like, I'm busy.
I'm
Carrie's
sorry.
already said that she was going to play the Halo 5 with me if I ever get to it. So
if he ever
maybe
gets
you can join in on that one because that's 4 people.
Yep,
right?
all four of us could finally play a game together.
It'd be crazy, huh?
And of all things, it's Halo that all 4 of us are playing.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Halo?
I'm extremely disappointed in what the Flood was. But I saw it, I was just
awful.
Really? Is that... They're just like Half-Life 2 crab people.
Oh yeah, they're head crabs, totally.
It's like
a cresting wave of head crabs. It's just awful.
And it's just tedious.
Oh, it is. It's like, all right, let's give an excuse to play everything fucking backwards now.
Yeah, there's that last mission in the hangar where you have to blow up all the exhaust ports. So it's go blow up an exhaust port and then leave the room and head towards the armory so it'll checkpoint and then
and then turn around and go back.
Go back in, do it again. Nothing was too terribly difficult or anything, but it's just tedious.
But how much fun is it to drive a Warthog? Oh,
it's the worst.
What?
The worst thing.
It's not fun.
The worst. Like pulling teeth.
Dude, the Warthog
pulling teeth is more fun.
Chris, oh my, the Mako
pulling
is way more fun. I would rather drive around on the Mako forever than get in a Warthog.
Okay, I would just like to
point a little bump and the thing tips over immediately, and all of the Warthog designed levels are terrible. And there's this perfectly good Ghost. That's great and awesome to drive. One of the most fun vehicle games ever. And then there's the Warthog, which is just in zero gravity, just bumping something and flipping around. And
I would just like to point out that and I think Carrie can attest to this, and I'm not being boastful when I say this, but I am a fucking master with the Warthog. I am so good with the Warthog. I love that vehicle so much.
Congratulations. Because the Warthog handles like a
garbage.
It's dog shit sliding down a slip and slide.
No, it's amazing.
No, it handles like a dog shit sliding down a slip and slide in zero.
Hold on, how does a dog shit handle, by the way?
It's
not
pretty
well.
terrible.
It stinks.
Oh,
I had to. I really had to.
That wasn't very good.
Oh, come on!
Just like a Warthog.
Hey, even Chris laughed.
Out of pity.
Oh, shut up.
He was just sobbing.
God damn it, you knew it was funny. I'm funny, god damn it.
It was out of pity, dude. It was out of pity.
So yeah, I've been playing Halo on my special Halo Edition Xbox using my special Halo Edition controller. Halo.
Yay, special editions.
Halo.
Blake! What are you playing?
I went back to the Disney Infinity well, because I've kind of ended up in a situation. Yes, I fell down it. I hit my head. Yeah, it was bad.
Drownings.
No,
looking for the police.
Well, what it came down to was I've been spending a lot of time with my son lately because I'm trying to keep him out of my wife's hair, so because she's busy with the baby, and so that involves me. Like we'll go downstairs and we'll play like games with his toys and all that stuff. But what it turns into is eventually I realized, hey, wait a minute, Disney Infinity characters look a lot like the cartoons that he really likes, like his Mickey Mouse Workshop and all that bullshit. So I decided to fire up some of the Star Wars Disney Infinity games. And I've never seen my son sit and watch something for a longer period of time. He sat there and watched me play Star Wars Disney Infinity for nearly 2 hours in one sitting. So I decided, what the fuck?
Wait. You're playing this game without him before?
Yeah, I was playing it for fun.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I apologize. Continue. I did not expect that. I thought the whole purpose.
Well, it is. Yes, it is. But
the game would be to interact with your child. But I guess you were holding out on him. Well,
but it's Star Wars, man. It's Star Wars.
I know. Why would you be holding out on him?
Because he was sleeping when I was playing it.
You only played when he was like. When he's up and yelling, this is a hack to play video games while he's awake. Like, you could be playing Halo while he's asleep. But
no, okay, Ross, what it came down to was I hadn't really done a lot of playing video games around my son because I was trying to avoid it, quite frankly. And what it came down to was I was just like, you know what? Let's give this a try. And lo and behold, it actually worked. And it worked really well. And he eventually started realizing, hey, wait a minute, Daddy's controlling the characters on the screen with the controller. And guess what the little bastard started doing? He started smacking at my hands and knocking the sticks out from under my thumbs just to fuck with me. Even my son fucks with me while I'm playing games.
Awesome.
But it was a lot of fun, actually, and like I would go up and I'd say, hey, Luke, because, if a figure dies or if you want to swap somebody out, I'd take this guy, can you go put him up there? And he'd go and he'd swap the one guy out and put the new guy on and walk back and hand it to me. It was so friggin' cute. And then he'd plop back up and sit back down beside me. It was so much fun. It was so friggin' adorable. And so I have now exhausted all of the campaigns in the Disney Infinity 3.0, except for the Inside Out set, which I have no desire to play.
It's a very good movie. I have not seen it.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. Like, it's got like a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes or something crazy like that. So it's actually very good, but I have no desire to play that. So it's all been the Star Wars stuff. So I did the Rise of the Empire, whatever the original trilogy set is. And I'm waiting for the December release of the new game that's coming out, so which is based off of the Force Awakens. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, so I've been playing Disney Infinity quite a bit with my son. Like in the last 2 weeks, I've probably put 25 hours into that game.
Sweet.
Yeah, because I played it with my son, and then after he went to bed, I'd be like, all right, maybe I'll just go play this a little bit more. Fast forward to 4 hours later, shit, where'd my night go? Yeah, but yes, I played through all of those campaigns, and actually, I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, for $20 some odd, whatever it is now, for one of the play sets that come with 2 characters and a whole campaign, there's a lot of game there. There's a ton of game there, and eventually, you can unlock these little character coins that make it so you can use any character in any of the games. So it's a lot of fun, like sitting in there doing the Rise of the Empire with Darth Maul and just tearing motherfuckers in two. Oh man, it's a blast. So no, I really enjoyed it. And then even there's a second one which is called the Toy Box Takeover, which is one that's completely independent of the normal campaigns, where you essentially can use any character from any one of the Disney Infinities from 1 to 3 and drop them in and play with them. And like one level you're playing in the Lone Ranger's world, another one I was playing in the Incredibles world, another one I was playing in. This was the scenario that just it made my brain hurt. I was Darth Vader riding Abu, the monkey, who as an elephant from Aladdin, in the Tron world, throwing beach balls at King Louie from the Jungle Book.
Yeah, as you do.
It made my head hurt how many crossovers there were, but I'll be damned if it wasn't a lot of fun to play. So it's like Disney vegetable soup all mixed up in this crazy bowl of amazingness. I can't speak highly enough of it. And then I even started dropping in some of the Marvel characters, and this shit got real. It was ridiculous. So no, it was a lot of fun. And I have one of the Marvel campaigns that I still haven't finished yet. So like I've even considered firing that back up and going back and playing that in Disney Infinity 2.0. So yeah, I'm back on the wagon, and now I have full sets of all of the Marvel characters and all of the Star Wars characters because I have a friggin' problem. So yeah. But no, if people are looking for things that you can either play with your kids or something that you could play that your kids will enjoy watching,
Play at them.
no, it fits the bill real well.
Cool.
All right.
Chris, what you got? Chris,
Well, hey, what?
what you been playing?
Carrie sent me Lego Dimensions, and that led to a terrible purchasing spree.
You filthy casuals. Am I the only one playing hardcore Halo Night and game not? I got like fucking Pip-Boy on my sleeve. Yeah, Pip-Boy.
Is that from Fallout 3, I'm assuming?
New Vegas.
Oh, New Vegas. Oh, okay. Sweet.
Remember, you have this shirt.
Do I?
Yeah, this is the Bethesda.
No, Joe, you got it because you had the appointment. I didn't. I just tagged along.
No, you had the Rage appointment, and I didn't go see it.
Mm. Okay, no, I did not get one of those.
Carrie has one because
I don't think they had it in my size.
You are enormous, actually.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have extra smalls.
I always have a size for me.
Yeah,
exactly. I don't know why. Run out of extra larges. Who's extra large?
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
That's a joke because they're like game conventions.
Yeah. No, I understand, and that's why I'm flipping you off because I'm part of that problem.
I'm a little tiny little man who's like loves it in airplanes.
I'm just tiny little
what's
man.
What's all this room here?
Just real loosely.
Out in this giant spacious airline seat. Oh, so comfortable. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Hey, Chris, can we reach through the internet and kill him?
At this point, I'm considering just driving down and.
Pick me up on the way.
Sometimes us jockey-sized people have it good.
You have people. Yeah.
Yep.
He's adorable. He's fun size.
I get bonuses on my stealth checks.
Except it really gets hard when you're trying to get on roller coasters because you must be this tall thing. It's a little tough.
It's careful balance.
Yeah, it is. It's real tricky. Real tricky. He's got to get on his tiptoes.
Anyway, how's Lego Dimensions?
It's great. I've been very much enjoying it. The portal levels have actually been some of the best that I've seen. They're
really?
Hilarious. Oh yeah, they're just.
And they've got GLaDOS back in them, right?
Yeah.
I built some Legos this weekend.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and the fact that you build the little things for the to put on the little portal stand. Doohickey thing. It's
so if you're building different things, does it import differently, or is it just like you've only got a couple of ways that you can build these things that'll import?
You can build each vehicle three different ways.
And it knows.
Well, you don't really have to build the Lego thing, like the whole little blocks that sit up. So, like, here's Benny's spaceship.
Okay.
So you can build this 3 different ways. So this is just the default Benny spaceship. You can build it 2 other ways from this. What it does is you can actually go through, and if you wanted to, you could rebuild this, and then rewrite it to the whole RFID tag that's on the bottom, and then imprint it. I'm not really doing that because
a lot of work.
Yeah. I just go through the instructions, just fast forward it, and then reprint the RFID tag at the bottom. So, like the Batmobile has it has 2 other builds other than the cute little Batmobile that it is. Here's the Batmobile. So you can rebuild it 2 different ways or 2 other ways.
Speaking of fun size, that's fucking adorable.
Oh, it's hilarious. And then you have the DeLorean from the Back to the Future set. So
Nice.
you can rebuild them two other ways, and then it just basically you recode it at the bottom, so that way every time you set it down, it's like, oh, you did this Batmobile version.
So is it like you take a picture of it or something, or how does that work?
No, you go through the build instructions.
Okay.
So it'll say, hey, look, your companion cube, in order to reflect laser beams inside of the portal levels, has to be built this way. You don't actually, you can physically rebuild your companion cube to do the whole reflection thing, but you don't have to. You can just quickly scroll through the instructions, the build instructions, and then just basically place the companion cube in the middle, and then
it reflashes it with a new RFID.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to rebuild all this stuff, but, for parts of the game, it's like you need to have this specific companion cube or this specific Batmobile or this specific DeLorean.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go through the build instructions, reflash the piece, and call it a day without having to actually tear everything apart, find all the missing Lego pieces, and then rebuild it.
Mm-hmm.
So that aspect is pretty cool. But I mean, you have the main story campaign, which is pretty interesting because you have Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle, who are your main three characters, because that's what came in your base set, and then you have the Batmobile.
Now, so do they have the same character actors, or is it like knockoffs?
It's the same character actors.
So like you got Elizabeth Banks to come in and do like Wildstyle and all that stuff.
From what I can tell, yes.
Really? Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
And so like Gandalf carries it. It's not what's his face from Lord of the Rings, but
no, but it's whoever did it in the Lego games.
Yeah. So, and they each, like Wildstyle and Batman, if you watch the Lego movie, they all have the same kind of animation style.
Sure.
From that, but then, so I'm in the Simpsons world right now, and it very much pulls in the Simpsons feel.
Okay.
As far as the Lego game, so I'm going through that. They do a really good job at actually pulling in all these different worlds. So when the game starts out, it's like Batman and Robin, and they're chasing after Bane to get a piece of kryptonite for Superman. Why
are they getting kryptonite for Superman?
Stop him.
It's because it's
they need it for the super suit.
So they're chasing Bane to get this piece of kryptonite. And then that whole dimensional portal opens up, and Batman goes through the dimensional portal, and then he's in Lord of the Rings world, and then like Gandalf is like, what the hell, and the Batmobile falls on the Balrog. It's hilarious. The game is just full of stupid little. It's so much fun. And of course, there's that whole stud collecting thing, so that way you can get I forget what they're calling it now, but so you do all that. So you can go through the main portal and continue on with the story, or you take an elevator up, and they have like a Doctor Who, a Scooby-Doo, the Portal, Jurassic World,
Simpsons.
It's just an insane amount. No. There's a bunch of other worlds. Ghostbusters, which isn't out until like next year.
Really?
So they already have like the Ghostbusters world. So
can you go into it though, or no?
No, because you have to have a character for that world. So like in order to go to the Portal world, I had to buy the Portal set,
right?
Which gave me the turret, the companion cube, and what's her name, Shell or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Chell.
And then you can actually go into that world. So, like, in order to go to the Scooby-Doo world, I have to actually go buy, which is the downfall of this, is that you have to actually, in order to play some of these worlds, is that you have to go buy those sets.
That's Disney Infinity. That's exactly what Disney Infinity does.
So
you gotta go out and you got to buy the play set that includes a couple of characters in order to play those. Eventually, you can fuck around and start bringing other characters in, but you got to make that upfront investment in order to unlock that content, which most likely is probably already on the disc.
Yeah, this one it's all downloads, so it's
Oh,
not
it is?
already.
Okay.
It's not on the disc. It's just it comes through in patches. So when they released the Doctor Who set, it wasn't on the disc, but it was a
Right.
patch that came
Right,
through.
I understand. But the moment you drop it on the base, it's not like must download shit in order to play.
Oh,
It's ready to go.
yeah, it's ready to go. So, and you can play through the main story with whatever characters you want. So like I have Bad Cop and Cyborg and Benny and
Bad Cop is awesome.
Michelle, and I got the Back to the Future set. So, oh, Back to the Future is another world. So it's just
You do Scooby Doo or
I
anything
mean,
like that?
I have not picked up Scooby Doo. It's the one that I want to get. I also want to get. There's a couple other ones. So it's. I mean, I got the game for free thanks to Carrie, but then I've basically spent my same amount.
It's like, God damn it! Now
Yeah.
you should just enabled you to spend a shit ton more money.
Well, I mean,
You open
everything is
Pandora's box.
everything is so cute. I mean, the little
I know,
mini
right?
DeLorean, the little mini Batmobile, the companion cube, the turret. You got a little hoverboard, which I know the listeners won't be able to hear, but you got a nice little hoverboard. Just it's so much fun, and because I'm a Lego fan, so it's fun to be able to sit down at lunch because now Lego on their website actually has the build instructions. When the game first came out, you had to actually like place the little minifig on the portal thing, and then it would bring up the build instructions so you could build everything. Now they actually have all the build instructions online, so I just download all the build instructions, and then while I'm
Oh,
at
that's
lunch,
cool.
I just build my stuff so that way it's ready to go. So, but it's so much fun. The portal levels by far are my favorite. The game itself is pretty entertaining too. I'm not a big Doctor Who fan, and they just released all that kind of stuff, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
not really into that. They're releasing more of the Lego movie stuff, so they released the angry unicorn kitty thing.
Oh God, yes.
I totally want to get that one and Emmett because I still don't have Emmett, and I feel like I should just have all of the Lego movie characters. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's stupid expensive because like just a character. So you get a character and then you get a vehicle. That's $15, and then you can do like a character pack, which is I think 20, and then you can get like the level pack. So like the portal.
play sets,
Yeah.
and
So
those
you
are
get like
what 35.
no, they're 25 or
Oh,
30.
that's not bad. See, the Disney Infinity ones at base they're $34.99 for just a play set. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but those
actually, that's not
characters.
terrible.
I mean, those characters are relatively large, so
Yeah, I mean they're decent sized figures. And that's
And
what
they
I
do-
like about them too. They're really neat little animated figures. I like them a lot, actually.
yeah. There's a part of me that wants to buy, even though I don't own the game. I just want to buy like Yoda and Obi-Wan and call it a day. So
There's some pretty
Uh,
cool ones out there.
and the Disney Infinity they're painted pretty well. The figures look pretty good.
Mhm.
And let's face it, Lego is like you get a bunch of plastic bricks and you just gotta put them all together and you assemble your thing. So
It's like build your own fun.
yeah, so I mean, if you like the Lego games, this is by far one of the best ones that I've played. So
Well, and
Uh,
just look at all the sweet licensed figures that you now have for photos.
yeah, and that's the other good point is that all the like even this little DeLorean, right? You can take it off and now it's an actual functional like little Lego DeLorean.
Well, it can't go back in time, but yeah, I guess it's functional from a it looks like one standpoint.
So it's very entertaining.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been my addiction. So
All right. Sweet.
Carrie, what have you been playing? Carrie?
Carrie's been playing all of the games.
She's been playing all of them.
She's been playing all of the games.
Yeah.
She's played Halo, Tomb Raider, whatever the fuck else.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah, like seriously, I was giving her a hard time in the action trip chat, and I was just like, come on, save some for the rest of us. What the hell? I mean, for God's sakes.
Oh, God bless you, Carrie. God
Oh,
bless you.
it's crazy.
I don't know how
It's
she's
absolutely
been playing all the games that she's been reviewing for Action Trip, which she just
Hey.
posted up like I'm having a glass of wine now that I finally finished. So
crazy. Yeah, she finished Tomb Raider. I think that was her last game of the year, actually. So it's just like, yeah. Well, I mean, like even I was looking at it. I think I tweeted it out last week. I've been with Action Trip now for a grand total of 8 weeks, 2 months, and I've now posted 10 reviews. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then I look at Carrie's, and Carrie's like, I'm doing like some PC indie games and some other shit, and Carrie's doing like all AAA releases. I'm like, I don't know how you frickin' do it. I just nope, can't do it. Can't do it.
In essence, Carrie, we miss you.
Yes. Come back to us. We love you.
She'll be back in like February, I think, hopefully. Anyway, let's wrap this shit up so that way we can all go back to playing Fallout 4.
Right.
If you have any recommendations for another book of the month, like you want to force us all to play a game that we may enjoy, you can go ahead and email that recommendation to strategyguidereviews@gmail.com. You can also follow us. I don't know why the fuck you'd want to do it, but you can follow us on Twitter. Blake is at douchebag.
Hey.
Oh, I'm at Grundy the Man.
Don't be a dick, man. Don't be a dick.
You can follow the King Troll himself, Ross, at Greedy Raven. You can follow me at Starvin. You can follow our beloved missing host, Carrie, at Crunch Chocobo.
Dude, she's not dead. She's still alive.
I know. I just, I'm glad we still do this coffee break. I'm glad she has time for that.
Yeah,
and you can follow
the rest of us
at Strategy Reviews, because apparently Strategy Guide Reviews is too long for Twitter to even handle. So, anybody else have anything else to say?
No, let's get to the wasteland.
Oh God!
Already.
So many bottles. If
Oh,
only
Ross
you could RFID scan those bitches in there.
Ross has already got the game.
That's great.
Ross has a plantation. He has a plantation in paradise.
Whew.
No, I can't believe you have a giant baggie full of bottle caps.
Hey, he's
Yeah,
preparing
just
for
on
the end.
call.
Wait. Did either of you two go looking for Nuka-Cola today?
No.
I think they were sold out everywhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were too.
Yeah,
'Cause
no, I
I
didn't
looked
bother.
around here, and they were pretty well sold out. Which,
Nope. I was like, fuck that.
But if I see anybody with them, I'll just go take it.
He's got the rubber hammer again.
I'm all ready to go. Let's head out.
all right.
Go for the apocalypse.
Woo.
All
And
right.
with that, we're
Hey,
going to the wasteland.
Hey, I got plugs.
Peace.
Man. I got plugs.
What? You got?
I got plugs.
Plugs,
Oh,
what are your
Jesus
plugs?
Christ.
Come on.
Okay, let's go. Hurry.
Yeah, if you want to
Spit
see
'em
my
out.
words, you can find them over on actiontrip.com. I write reviews and shit over there, sometimes previews. And also, check me out on the Power Button podcast, which you can find over at pressthebuttons.com. And I do that every week with Mr. Matthew Green. All right, I'm good now. That's all I needed.
You owe us both, Ross and I. You owe us about 200 caps for that fucking plug. And with that, we're out. Peace. Bye.